Hello, everybody, and yes, I bring to you another movie review, and I'm trying it in this sort of format, fashion, whatever you want to call it. Yes, we're doing a review of this movie, Around the Block, with Christina Ricci. I believe, now don't quote me on it, I think this was a an indie movie, but let's just see. It's possibly not, but it does seem, I don't know. Let's just, a 4-week shoot. Wow. See mixed reviews. Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 63%, and that's fair. That's pretty good, I would say. Even though it's like a D, I guess you could, because it's like the American grading system, I guess, from 1% to 100%. I found out too that the Rotten Tomatoes. It sounds weird when I say it. I'm sorry. The Rotten Tomatoes rotting. Why do I want to say rotting? The Rotten Tomatoes rating can actually change from time to time. It can change, and I did not know that. I've seen this movie, I want to say 2 or 3 times all the way through, and the only reason why I knew about this movie was because I'm a fan of Christina Ricci. I think Christina Ricci is an amazing actress. She has amazing movies, from when she's a child to now, and she has amazing projects that she's done. This movie, I'm not gonna say it's terrible. It's not terrible. I would, compare it to the Brittany Murphy story, which I don't even know why I'm not even gonna compare it to that actually. But because Brittany Murphy story was, like I said in my review on that, it was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be 10 times worse actually. So I was pleasantly surprised. This movie is an Australian production. It's on Netflix right now if you have Netflix. And it's a decent film. And the way they explain, sorry, the way they write their, what's it called? If I can adjust my screen, I'm so sorry. The way they explain this plot is an aboriginal boy is torn between his unexpected love of acting and the disintegration of his family. That's a weird way to put it. Basically, what I can gather from what aboriginal means is that I think what the meaning, now I may be wrong, but from what I've gathered from watching the movie a few times is that it means that they're mixed race. He's biracial is basically what I'm saying. The dad is an American white man, and then the mom is I don't know, I can't say what she is, but I think it takes place in some part of Australia. This is a pretty decent movie. I mean, the plot is a cliche, because a lot of people may be wondering, what does it mean by the disintegration of his family? Well, his dad was, and his boy, his name in the movie is Liam, played by this guy, Hunter Page, I don't know how I'm going to say that right, Lockard, is he's a teenager. His father and his uncle were involved in some criminal activities, and basically what happens is you find out, I should probably say this has a lot of spoilers. My reviews, I think this is gonna become known. They're just gonna have spoilers throughout, but you find out in the beginning of the movie that their uncle Charlie was killed by a man. Okay, the father, sorry, my thing went off. The father is in jail, and so they basically, this plot line is a cliche because the older brother's like, we have to get revenge. We have to kill the man that killed our Uncle Charlie. But the boy is like, he's finding, he has a passion for acting, and Christina Ricci comes in. I mean, it does have cliches. I will give it that, but it's a decent movie. Christina Ricci's the drama teacher now, and she thinks she can make a difference. It's like, it's a school that's, for, I think the way they explain it is like at-risk kids, meaning they could fall into a life of crime. Like it's just kids in a poor area, and Christina Ricci comes in. She's like, I wants to make a difference. She wants to teach the kids some valuable lessons, and he's torn between being Hamlet in a play, and he's kind of being pressured by his older brother to basically go and be a thug and shoot some guy in the face. And plot keywords, oh my gosh. And this is true. A story of love, revenge, and triumph is torn between his unexpected love. Okay. So that plot line or that plot is in Sing with I can't remember the gorilla's name, where he's like, he wants to be a singer, but his dad's like, you're gonna help this gang. And so it's the same thing for this boy, except he's caught between, I have to be the driver for my brother who's gonna go kill someone, and jeez, and the same day that I have a play. So that's cliche, but it's fine. And then with Christina Ricci coming in, like, I'm gonna make a difference. There's always that teacher that's like, I'm gonna make a difference and I'm gonna change it. And I like her character. I think her character's interesting. I like that she's like, I'm gonna do something great for these kids. And then there's a teacher that's like, why are you here? Like, and she's like, I want to help. I want to make a difference. And obviously she has to eventually prove that she will change these these kids' lives. It's a decent movie. I will be honest with you. I did not like the older brother's character. And you kind of have to ask yourself, like, and I think he's played by, what even is the kid's name? This guy, Steve. Thought they called him Steven. But, anyways, I did not like the brother, and I have to ask myself, like, is it because, like, oh, well, you're not supposed to like the brother, and the brother's a villain, or whatever. Like, I know there's characters you're not supposed to really like, but, like, for instance, people be like, I didn't like this guy, this bad guy is villain, but there's plenty of villains that you're like, yeah, they're nasty, and yeah, they're hurting these great heroes, but you like them. Like the Joker, he's crazy, and he's destructive, and he's such, if we're talking about Heath Ledger one, he's such an anarchist kind of one, but you like him. Like, I like a good villain, okay? You can't have a hero without the villain. But the brother was just so stupid. He was so hung up on getting revenge, and you have this kid that's like, I just want to, be an artist like our uncle. Like, apparently the uncle was going to be in Hamlet. Was in Hamlet, but he wasn't Hamlet. He was playing, I'm going to say the wrong character. He was someone else. He was like Claudius. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know my Hamlet. I know Romeo and Juliet and Much Ado About Nothing, but that's probably about it. With regards to Shakespeare. Romeo, did I say Romeo? Yeah, I said Romeo and Juliet. Much Ado is really good. I think it has a pretty interesting story. But, yeah, did not like the brother. And there's a scene, oh my goodness. So, the older brother, his name's Steve, he shoots this man that killed their uncle, but oh gosh, this girl. So basically, he's got, I think how it went down the scene, he's like has this gun pointed at this guy. The daughter of the man who's being held at gunpoint, who killed the uncle, comes in, and Liam basically saw this little girl going in the house, and he knows what his brother's gonna do, obviously. And so Liam goes in the house, try to like, get the girl out of danger and out of like, seeing that'll happen, but shoots the guy in front of his daughter, stone cold. First of all, Liam of course is comforting the girl and is like, don't look, and trying to take care of her, and Liam was supposed to basically drive him away after he kills the guy, but of course he's not in the car at the moment, so the brother's all pissed, throws him into the, not throws him, but he puts him in the car. Liam's crying, because I would have cried too. I'd have cried like a baby. But then the ending, with the brother's story, with Steve's story, the killer, the thug of the family, I'm just like, you look at it and you're like, I don't know if he's stupid or if he's just sort of like, I'm gonna go down in a blaze of glory because I got revenge or something. Because he's running from cops. Somehow the cops found him. And he turns around. He has a gun, obviously, still. He turns around and aims his gun at the cops. And he's like, I'm like, you really think you're gonna get a shot in? Do you really? I don't know if he thinks like he can take them all by himself, or if he's gonna kill the cops before they kill him. But of course, they shoot him first. The moment you point a gun at a cop, they're gonna blast you away. Like, honestly. So, it's just like, I don't know if he was like. And then I kind of look at his facial expressions and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he thought, I'm gonna just go down in a blaze of glory, or like, F these guys, I'm gonna shoot them one last time. Like, I don't know if he was like thinking he would survive, or like knowing he wasn't gonna survive and he just wanted to kind of like, try one last time. I don't know. But does that make any sense? It's just, I'm just like, he's so stupid, and he just like, his mom, he's horrible. He's rude to the mom. Like, the mom's like going on job interviews. The mom gets a job eventually. It's like, oh yeah, he's great in the play. And he becomes close with the teacher. She's like, hey, you skipped my class. That's not cool. And then he ends up coming to class, and they kind of form this bond, and which is nice. The mom gets a job, and then of course it's like, and there's one point where he comes in, where the older brother comes in, and it's just like, where's dinner, or something like that. I'm just like, bro, like, you are, he's probably like out of high school, but he's of age to get a job, and I'm like, you're not even trying to help. You're instead just like, I'm gonna be a thug. Yeah, that's a good choice. Jeez. Like I said, it does have cliches, but if you don't care about cliches, like, you don't mind them, that's cool. It's a decent movie. I keep saying, I'm sorry, but I didn't like the brother. It was cliches, but parts of it were touching. I have to say that. Christina Ricci is good in the movie, but she definitely has far better movies. She was just in, let me see. She just did Zelda. She played Zelda Fitzgerald, which is something I never would have like thought of. Like, I never would have been like, you know what? She should play Zelda Fitzgerald, but she did a good job. Like, I've seen most of this season 1. There's supposed to be a season 2, but I think they for some reason said no, and they just canceled it. she was in the Lizzie Borden stuff. Like, she was in Prozac Nation. Okay, that's from like the 1990s or early 2000s. Let me see. Right here, 2001. Yeah, really good. Based off a true story, based off of a book. Really good. She's got better movies than Around the Block, but she's still good in it. And another interesting one was Afterlife. That's like kind of mind blowing. Black Snake Moan, obviously. Like, she's been in so much great stuff. But it's just Lizzie Borden. The stuff she did there is good. I might do Prozac Nation for sure one day. Like, just kind of give you my thoughts on it. The movie was okay. I mean, there is a moment where Ruby Rose comes in and then Ruby and Christina make out. Like, that's the only scene Ruby Rose is in. It's so weird. It's just, Ruby comes into a bar where Christina is just, like, kind of just drinking some, or Dino, as the character's name is Dino, just drinking some vodka. Ruby's like, hey, you don't mess around. And Christina's like, yeah, I guess I don't. Or something like that. And then they just make out. Like, I did like the character's arc. I did like Dino's arc. It was kind of, her finding herself. I like that she got out of an engagement with a guy that just didn't stick up for her. You know, I like the character's arc. I don't think this was a terrible movie. I'm gonna, real quick, before we wrap this up, look and see what other people have thought about it. Another unusual role from Ricci. Christina Ricci is a very difficult Hollywood actress to categorize. Well, she has been involved in quite a few projects that are very commercially oriented, such as the god-awful Sleepy Hollow. I actually haven't seen Sleepy Hollow, but people really like that movie. Many odd projects with far less mass appeal, such as Pecker and Pumpkin. I have heard of these. Pecker and Pumpkin look really interesting. I might have to watch it eventually. A micro-budgeted independent film from Australia. Okay. She does do a bunch of different things, and that's something I like about Christina Ricci. She does different different roles. Like, she never does the same thing twice. Yeah, that's the correct way. Let me see. Around the Block is a lot like Sidney Poitier film To Sir with Love combined with Hamlet. I know this sounds strange, but the similarities become obvious as you watch the film. The main character in the film is a well-meaning and super idealistic foreign teacher who has come to work with disadvantaged city kids. Okay. Some might find this sort of idea a bit paternalistic, like it takes some American type to come save the poor children of the world. Oh my gosh. And while this might be one interpretation of the film, there's far more to it than this. A few heads with Ricci and the subplot involving her struggle with bisexuality. Yeah, she struggles with, like, she's, like, gonna go back to her friend that she used to be with, or, I guess a former flame. A rather steamy sexy with a woman she meets in a bar will probably offend a few folks. Let me see. Oh yeah, what I forgot to mention was the dad is also in prison because of the man that also killed their uncle. So this person wrote, yeah, they mentioned that the characters are searching identity, which I agree, it was pretty good. It also gives you insight into bigotry and dissatisfaction that folks outside Australia might not even realize exists. Its answer to all this might seem a bit simplistic, but at least it does address these problems and challenges the viewer. In other words, the film might offend you, but at least it gets you to think. It won't bore you. Yeah, it wasn't boring at all. Touching and engaging story. This person did not like it. Despi wants to be hip and socially relevant. There is a bunch of different plots. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I expected nothing was blown away. Watch this film, nothing but as to where it will take you. You cannot help but be blown away by the simple power of this film. Yeah, I didn't hate this film. Some people, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm gonna end this rather long review. What I do is I usually just kind of like look at what other people say, see if I agree with it, see if I don't agree with it, and yeah, interesting looks into it. It's definitely a movie about identity, about revenge. He has a crush on this girl in class that involves love, freedom, art, and it's a lot. But like I said, there's cliches. So, I mean, I'm not good at rating movies, but if I were to rate this movie 3 out of 5, it's not bad at all. 3 out of 5 is not bad at all. I guess I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Not bad. I watched the whole thing. Didn't bore me. That's my thoughts on it. I might do more of these where I choose an actor or director and I just sort of like talk about the movies, why I like it, why I dislike it, and I'll see you guys in the future. Peace out.